There's like 30-something T-posts.
My dad's at 35, yeah. We're cleaning now and
You gotta watch out for Brad, dude. He'll put all kinds of stuff. I got a messed up freaking...
everything, we're all on good terms. This isn't a bad situation. Whatever it is they're wanting to do, we need to work with them and be a good landlord. Because clearly I was a bad landlord when I let someone stay in my house for 11 months without paying rent. And I got to take all y'all's tax dollars to get reimbursed. They applied for it, it was given to me, but it's all of our tax dollars. That's why we made that last video and I was mad. But here we are. We are at 311 South Fannin. We bought this place probably about a year and a half ago. I paid $100,000 for it, to be completely transparent. We are going to list it for $199. I've talked about this before. I think that's a little high. My realtor ran some comps that got me close to that, but it was kind of on the high end of comps. But I'm gonna let the market dictate what the true value is. Supply and demand, baby. So that's what we're gonna list for. Now you guys think, oh, Justin's making $99,000, he's making so much money. I mean, yes, it's an investment, we're making money, but I had costs associated. We just paid property taxes, got to keep insurance on it. We came in before we rented it and did a lot of stuff to the front office area that we'll look at here in a second. T-posts are mine. Did we get these T-posts?
I did all this by hand.
You did? I kind of thought that we were gonna do that, but I brought the tractor to be safe. I'm glad we brought the tractor.
I don't want to waste time.
I'm glad we have the tractor because we're using it. Okay, T-post going Woodard. He's picking up some of that stuff. That's what I'm thinking. Y'all both take lunch and then come back and may end up sending one of y'all to the 40 acres, depending on how this is coming along. Divide and conquer. That's how we do it here at Briscoe Homes.
Make me work, make me sweat inside, make me feel like I'm alive. Take this hurt, lady, throw it in my face. Don't let these bones slow you down. 'Cause I'm coming on strong. Grass should have looked greener. I need a true believer in disguise.
Okay. So we were talking earlier about what I purchased it for and what we're listing it for, and I was just saying that that's kind of my gross profit because we're gonna have some cost associated. As we walk through the office here, you can see where the office is in really good shape. I mean, it's turnkey, ready to go. It had all new carpet put in. We painted all the walls, all the trim and everything, did a lot of cleaning. We did, again, what we call kind of a lipstick remodel. The carpet looks kind of dirty, but I think the carpet's actually still in really good shape. We got the electricity off right this second. We're trying to get it turned on. We just called in this morning, but it looks kind of like stain, but I think it's just dust. It should be ready to go. But yeah, check out this bathroom. You can see we did new flooring, put in a new toilet, painted the vanity, ended up keeping the original sink, but just kind of cleaned it up. It had some old vinyl or linoleum floor, whatever it's called. It was just all peeled up and just looked really bad. So we fixed all that and came in here and painted everything and got everything cleaned up, did some cleaning outside. So I don't know what that cost. I mean, that was a little over a year ago. I mean, I was probably $6,000 to $8,000. And so between that and property taxes and insurance, I'd say 110, between 110 and 115 as my actual cost basis. But we also have had it rented out a lot of that time. We had it rented for $1,200 a month. And so we had that income coming off of this property. So that's why we bought it originally. It was gonna be it's a commercial building, but it's got an office up front. And I originally had it listed for $1,500 and it was way too much, but it's kind of, if I could have got that $1,500, I probably would have kept this and just keep renting it. But we dropped it to $1,200. It still took a little while to get it rented and just a little less than what I wanted for return on investment for kind of what we do. And so market's hot, market's really high right now. So we're gonna take this opportunity and go ahead and cash out. We've owned it for more than a year, so it'll be long-term capital gains. Typically on stuff like this, I try to, if I anticipate selling quickly or in the near future, I try to keep it for at least a year. But I originally bought this thinking, I mean, we'd hold on to it for a minimum a year, maybe 5, 10 years, depending on what it rented for. But with the renting for $1,200, and then of course with everything that's going on right now, the tenant was struggling with paying rent. And so right now, I think they are behind last month and this month, I believe. And it is April 21st today. So we're pushing 2 months that they're gonna be behind. They did put down a deposit, We're not going to use a lot of that deposit. We'll probably end up spending $200 or $300 today, just between my guys' time and depending on what we do with all this stuff out here. If we have to throw anything away, go into the dump. But times are hard right now. People are struggling with everything that's going on. So, like I said the other day, I don't want to be insensitive when people are behind on rent. I don't want to kick them out. I want to work with them. But again, as a business owner and an investor, I've got to draw the line at some point in time. And luckily, in this situation, the tenants that were in here, I mean, they understood it. They knew they weren't paying rent, and you don't pay rent, you can't stay. They were very understanding with that and took it upon themselves to go ahead and move out. And so, really, I mean, that's best case scenario. Yeah, I'm a little over a month behind on rent, but we'll get a little bit of that back from the deposit. But the fact that I'm not having to go through the whole eviction process, the court fees, it'd take me 30 days to even get to court. So for the situation that we're all in and the times we're in, this was really a best case scenario. They thanked me. Like I said, I was able to work with them and help them out in their situation. They were having health issues, and I don't know if their business was running at the level they had expected whenever they had rented this building. So yeah, it's a good situation for everyone. We got them out. It is almost 12 o'clock, I think. Yep, it is 12 o'clock. And we have a professional photographer coming at 2 because we are listing this property for sale this week, hopefully. I got my buddy Spencer listing this property for me. So he's coming by and getting pictures done at 2. Electricity's currently off. We'd asked for it to get turned on this morning, so hopefully it gets turned on. I got till 1 to go ahead and pull the plug on pictures, and we'll just schedule those for tomorrow or Friday. As we continue to pick up, clean up, they'll get the rest of their personal stuff out, and this thing will be ready to list. As far as the building goes, it is a metal building. We are in the city of Denison, city limits. We are right off of Spur 503, which is Austin Street, and we've got the Chevy dealership across the street from us. A couple hundred yards that way, we've got Spur 503, and then Highway 75's right there. So I mean, we're 3 minutes from getting onto Highway 75, which I think this makes this a good location. We're sitting on a half-acre lot. It's an oversized lot. I was gonna try to originally subdivide and keep the lot over on the side, but due to parking, I don't think that's gonna be possible. And it was gonna take too long to try to replat and do all that. So we're selling it kind of with the full half acre. As you can tell, it's a metal building. It's 40 foot wide this way, and it's 60 foot deep this way. But we can step back inside and talk about all the specs inside. Here in the front area, they've got what I guess they're kind of calling like an office. There's like a bedroom or an extra room over there. I guess that would be like a private office. You got the main office, which is where people come in. You got the bathroom we redid. So this is a 20 by 40. So it's 800 square foot. It's heated and cooled. And if we sit back here, we got the shop area. And this shop area is 30 by 40, so it's a 1,200 square foot, not heated and cooled. So this is kind of the workshop area where you could store stuff or work out of and then have your office up front. But it's kind of cool because I mean, it's all, office area's all insulated. You got a little hot water heater. You got your own little separate bathroom here in the office area. I mean, the workshop area. So yeah, it's a cool building. I mean, you can tell it's a solid metal building. I think it was built like 2001, so we're 20 years old. It's well insulated, structurally sound, concrete's in great shape. The backstory to this deal, the way I found it was my cousin Kyle has a window tinting business, and he was looking to move to Denison, but needed a space to rent. And I was driving around out here one day, and I saw that there was a for rent sign on the door. So I called the lady. She told me what she was wanting. I think she was asking like $1,000, maybe $1,100 for rent. She had previously had it rented for years and years to the same business, and I think they had moved out on her. So got with Kyle. I was like, dude, this is a sweet spot. It'll fit your business perfect for what you're trying to do. So I'd say jump all over it. So he did. He went to go get his CO, and the city of Denison kind of gave him a little bit of an issue. This concrete driveway you can see back here was not in place. And this is where he was going to be bringing his cars in. There's just like a gravel driveway. So city of Denison wanted him to put in this concrete driveway. So at his cost, he put this in. We put in the concrete, and then the city also wanted the front to be an all-surface material used. And I think Previously, it probably was asphalted years and years ago, but it was just kind of a gravel parking lot. I mean, it was in good shape, but the city took that opportunity to leverage getting a new parking lot put in by dangling the CO in front of him. So for him to get his CO, he had to put in the parking lot area. Him and the current owner at that time negotiated, and she felt like for it to be a rentable building moving forward, that's something that she needed to do. So she did that out of pocket. It allowed for him to get his CO and he used this as his business for close to a year. And he was getting to the point where they'd found another place. So he decided, based off the business he was going to be doing, to get his CO, they wanted the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess they wanted 8 parking spots and 1 handicap. So she had to have a company come in and do this, and I don't know what she spent exactly. I think I'd heard the dollar amount of like 15 grand is what she spent. So she went ahead and spent this, got this done. He was able to get his CO, and so a year came along, and he found another building he was going to move into. So I took that opportunity to call the owner and say like, hey, I know you had talked about selling this at one point in time, and she had mentioned like years and years ago, like probably 10 years ago, before this market really started taking off. Team Bonner, the Chevy dealership at the time, came to her and I think had offered like 107, I believe. And so this was 2 years ago, and we were in a much better market than when they offered the 107. And she had just put in this parking lot. And I said, hey, listen, I mean, no questions asked. You don't have to list it. I'm ready to close. If you want to do 100,000, we'll put a contract in on it, and I'll purchase it. So that's how we were able to acquire it. I think it's going to turn out to be a cool little investment. So we're excited to get it listed. Maybe 199 is too high. I don't know. Like I said, the market's going to dictate that for me. And if we're not getting showings or not getting calls and interest, we'll start dropping the price. But again, I'm going to let the market tell me that, and let the supply and demand let me know what this place is really worth. So you guys let me know what you think. If you've not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me some comments down below. Y'all tell me what y'all's thoughts are on this building. And until next time, peace.